Productivity, Arata. If you are a focus course student, then you know that to achieve exceptional results, you need focus. And to have focus, to concentrate well enough to achieve quality results in a short time, you need to focus all your attention on only one thing at a time, on doing it well, and specifically on doing the right thing. You can visit the link arata.se/focus course to increase your power of concentration to do one activity at a time. But does that mean that we have to completely abandon multitasking and never perform several activities at the same time? Absolutely not. In very challenging situations, multitasking is required. It is not realistic to imagine that you will maintain full focus on one task all day long. No matter what you do, if you have a job that requires a lot from you, if you are an entrepreneur who is responsible to make your team work efficiently, or if you take care of the household chores and all the family activities, it is natural to go through times when many people appear at the same time asking for your attention. And in these times of great stress, you cannot explain that you are so focused on something else. You cannot act like a prima donna who refuses to give attention to others and will only solve one thing at a time. Eliminating multitasking is an unattainable goal. You don't want to set an unattainable goal to completely eliminate multitasking from your life. By the way, refusing to perform any type of multitasking can be a low productivity strategy. Just try, for example, to cook. Try to make a spaghetti and just do one thing at a time. You first boil water and wait for several minutes for this water in a pot to boil. And then you put the pasta and then you are very concentrated watching it to cook, and then you start to prepare the sauce. And if it takes a lot of time, the pasta will get cold. The final result is not good. Obviously, we're talking about pasta here as in one example, but I'm sure that in your professional environment, you can imagine situations in which avoiding multitasking is not a very efficient way to work. Do not spend all day in multitasking. On the other hand, you don't want to live a life where you are multitasking all the time. And here is where we have to start to make smarter choices. Few people are fully aware of how they are working. They're just reacting automatically. They begin, for example, focusing on one single task, but suddenly somebody arrives and interrupts them, and then they switch to multitasking. And that's being reactive. That is losing sight of what you want to accomplish. So, what can you do to increase your awareness? First, make sure you have completed our course Focus, which is a short course that you can complete in one single day, and we'll give you all the exercises that you need by visiting arata.se/focus course, and you can start right now. But even if you're not yet a Focus student, here are some quick tips that I share in our Arata Academy YouTube channel. You can write it down, you can take notes, because it's quite simple. Plan your breaks. It doesn't matter if you own a business, if you're a student, if you take care of the house, if you are an employee in a small business or in a large multinational. One thing is for sure, sooner or later you will be interrupted. This is inevitable. So it doesn't make sense to resist what is inevitable. And that is why, in addition to learning how to behave in times of focus, you need to learn how to deal effectively in times of multitasking. And then you can complete what is important and you can increase your productivity. Separate moments of concentration and moments of multitasking. Define which moments of your day you will be focused on one single task and which other times you will be purposefully multitasking. And this is part of the planning of the interruptions. You're directing the interruptions to the moments of multitasking. Perform similar activities in the same block of time. The brain has some difficulty to process information in parallel. What we do, we process one piece of information after another serially, and that happens so quickly that we think that we are multitasking. What we're doing is just sequential thinking in the same block of time, everything together. So you can group related tasks in the same block of time. When you work in a certain activity, you're using certain, let's say, neural channels, pathways related to that activity. Imagine, for example, that you are in the middle of finalizing a very complicated Excel spreadsheet. And then I arrive and I interrupt you and say, can you please draw a logo for our new product that we are just about to launch? Well, it will take a little bit to get out of that analytical, numerical thinking to start with a more creative and more visual mindset. Because when you change activity, your brain has also to perform some adjustment, and this change can cause a loss of efficiency and some difficulty to focus and some struggle to remember what is the most efficient way to address that new activity. The more you're switching between different things, the more inefficient you are. So to be effective in multitasking blocks, you can dedicate each block to similar activities. For example, you can avoid switching between writing a report and answering multiple emails, because if you can answer many emails at the same time, and then you can spend more time in your email report. That's what you do by grouping activities similar to each other. You can dedicate one block of time to answer a lot of emails and another block of time to be engaged in your report, and that will help you with your productivity. You can learn to use simple task lists. You can take a look at our episode number 07 in the Productivity Arata series by going to the link arata.se/PE07. And over there you can see a very important tip if you deal with a large number of people who can make your day work chaotic. You need to stay clear on what is more important to you to complete in that particular day. And then with that clarity, you can accommodate other requests as you may need. So just don't lose sight of what's more important in that particular day. Elon Musk takes multitasking to the extreme. He is a person who takes care of several companies, has a lot of responsibilities, and at the same time, he also knows how to focus during certain hours. And if you're interested, I can record a video about this entrepreneur for you. You can leave a comment here if you would like to hear more about my analysis of entrepreneurs like Elon Musk. Meanwhile, again, for those of you guys who have not yet done the focus course, here's a tip. This is one of the most simple and fast courses of Arata Academy, and that will help you a lot. You can visit the link arata.se/focus course.